So this video is really in response to the Dailymotion uh, platform, who kicked my content, our organization, Voices for Voices content off, saying that we violated their policies. And so we're going to share that with you. So you're going to see in a pretty quick order, we went ahead and filmed a few episodes, 3 to be exact, that we felt were compelling enough to share, kind of off cycle, that we usually do with our Voices for Voices TV show and podcast. And that's for good reason, because of the topic and the manner that these topics were talked about. So what topics are we talking about? So right next to me, you're going to see a headline, which was part of the episode of the Dailymotion, said was against their policies. So again, what you're about to see is against their policies. An article written by the Tampa Bay Times, not me, not our organization. And that is, as you can see, St. Petersburg doctor coerced minors into producing child sex abuse material. The feds say one of the victims was found dead after former doctor Stephen Andrew Leedy directed her to hang herself, which we didn't include the hang yourself. We included that upon his direction, one of the minors had died by suicide. And then Leedy's wife is a leader with the Juvenile Welfare Board of Pinellas County. We didn't touch upon that. That had nothing to do with what we had talked about. So again, this is real news. This is a real news story. This isn't made up. This isn't pushing anybody's agenda. This is us sharing news that ties in with some of the topics we've talked about as an organization. People in power, in perceived power, in power positions, being looked up upon. So here was a doctor at the given time and was looked up to as a doctor, and the screen name had uncle in it, so that inferred, well, you can be younger and be an uncle. An uncle, at least in my mind, is an adult, 18 and over. So that's where our thought process was coming from. So we saw this story and we wanted to share, and it really overlapped with some of the other other topics that you'll be seeing with our show. I don't want to share too much about them because it's very important to let those air and be shown to you, our followers, our supporters. So yeah, the Dailymotion in part kicked one of our TV show and podcast episodes off their platform, said that we broke their guidelines. by talking about an actual story, actual facts. So we're really at a loss for words on why the Dailymotion feels and felt that way. And we're not even sure a person made the decision, because we got the message before the episode was even fully uploaded. So we're guessing there's an algorithm. So there's an algorithm in there somehow saying you can't talk about the news, can't talk about facts. And so while it is uncomfortable to talk about, we need to talk about it. Just like mental health is still to this day a stigma. So why is it a stigma? Probably because a lot of people at one point or another were shunned, were told, suck it up, just move on, continue, just, for the guys out there, just man up and just get through it. That's just what we do. And so I think there's an overlap there with the mental health, and then, we can't talk about this, we can't even share this, which again, as you're seeing next to me, the screenshot from the article that was written by a reporter from the Tampa Bay Times. So Dailymotion, that's where our information came from. Secondly, we talked about a bill that came up in the United States House of Representatives last September. And that bill was titled, do we, as a country, deport illegal immigrants convicted of sex crimes? So again, our politicians we vote into office was an actual bill. And I'm looking right now at an article on Fox News. I saw one on C-SPAN. It doesn't matter which way you lean, to the left, to the right, to the middle. The fact of the matter is that was what the bill was called. That's what it was named. And so we shared that on that particular episode as well. To Dailymotion, said we broke their policy and their guidelines. So we're a little in the dark on that. And we did actually. We listed the 158 members of the U.S. House of Representatives who voted against that and said, nope, we don't think that we should deport illegal immigrants convicted of sex crimes. So we thought that was important to share those individuals, let their names be heard. And so is it uncomfortable to talk about? Yeah, it is. But there's a lot of things that are uncomfortable to talk about. But again, I'm looking at an article that it's on numerous news sites. We didn't, as an organization, make it up. We just shared it. Now, those 158 individuals happen to be Democrats. That's not us doing anything except sharing facts. Here's what the bill was entitled, and here are the individuals who voted against it. And we as an organization, we're advocating for whether it's a migrant or whether it's an American, that all should be held accountable. So again, this post is in reference to the Dailymotion taking our content down because these apparently are topics that we don't want to talk about.